Hello everyone, OSW-Sim-Sports here, back again with another daily race review. And in this video we have two races. One I did with a Porsche GT3 and the other I did with the Ford Mustang. And honestly, I just have a question to you viewers. Do you think LMU should be a little bit quicker in changing the BOP, or do you think they should only do it after every season? And here we are for race 1 in the Porsche. We qualified in 16th position. I really couldn't get a nice time, but yeah, you know me, I will make up positions at the start. I was looking for space here, hoping to go on the inside, but as you can see, the Mercedes is much quicker than me on the straight. And here we are, 3 wide coming into the first corner. I go very wide on the outside, and in front of me the two Beamers collide. Look at that, they almost flip. I have never ever seen that. And in front more carnage and even more carnage. And you can see here I'm wiggling, going around the outside, and without any damage we managed to survive. And here we go for the slow-mo replay. Wow, just look at that. Have you ever seen that before? Please let me know in the comments, because I thought it was unbelievable. As the Lambo gets spun around, the Aston Martin gets lifted. There's a Lexus without a wing, and now the Mercedes spins in front of me. And you can see there in the replay. Here we go for a more slow-mo replay, and I just want to show you here the part where the Mercedes spins. You don't know where to go, and just look what I do here with my steering wheel. I call it the wiggle. Just left, right, left, right, left, right, until you see a gap open, and bam, you instantly chuck it in. And this has saved me many times before. And so now I have gained 8 positions in just 2 corners. And so yeah, let's see how far we can go in this race. As the guys ahead of me are squabbling for space, I'm just staying behind them, keeping it clean. As you can see here, I could have went for a move, but yeah, I just don't decide to go for it. Here I get a nice snap of the steering wheel, but yeah, I managed to keep it under control. By this point the pack has nicely settled in, and from here it's just a situation of, attack, see where I can place a move. As the Lexus on the outside seems to have a lot of damage. I don't know if he's coming into the pit, it does look like it. And here, as you can see on the straights, the Porsche also has a very difficult time keeping up, but it is really strong on the brakes. So much so that we almost make contact. But we are now in the draft of the Lambo ahead of Mr. Underboot, and we should be able to get a nice move. But yeah, as you can see, the Lambo is still behind the BMW, and the BMW is providing the Lambo with a nice draft. This kind of counteracts my draft, and yeah, thus I just fall behind again. As they are battling ahead too wide into the left-hander, the BMW of the guy whose name I'm not going to mention goes a little bit wide, and ahead there spins the Lambo out in front of me. Let's take a look in the replay. And as you can see, he runs wide, he's onto the sand, he just floors it, loses it on the traction, and yeah, he just takes out almost 4 guys. I'm now in 3rd position, and sadly this would pretty much be the story of the race. I will shut up for a second now so you can enjoy the sounds of the Porsche.
That time of day 1:16.07.
And here we are at the end of the race. The Mercedes, who was pushing me behind, has gotten a drive-through because it was out of fuel. But yeah, from here in 3rd position, we've started in 16th position. It is a really great result. And of course it is because of the carnage in front, but considering I had a really bad qualifying position, I am more than happy with this result. As you can see, we gained 13th position. We gained some driver ranking and some safety ranking. So yeah, very nice race. On to the next one. And for the second race I wanted to try a front engine car, and what better way really to do it than to use the Ford Mustang. This time we also had a much better qualifying position. We were in 5th on the inside here. And really, with the hairpin being right-hander, this is exactly where you want to be. I just follow the Mercedes. And even though he leaves a massive gap in the middle, I decide to not go for it. I just stay on the inside. We now have this BMW on the inside of me. and as he gets a very nice run, he will be a little bit ahead of me, but I just stay on the inside. As long as he doesn't close the door, I will just stay here and try to dive bomb him. And as you can see, I managed to brake quite a bit later, still make the apex nicely. There's another BMW on the outside here of the guy whose name I'm not going to pronounce. And yeah, he's on the outside here, but I just braved out. I'm quick on the throttle and he doesn't want to cause any carnage, so he thinks better of it. The number one, I don't know what he was doing there. Maybe he had some issue with his steering wheel. But even before the first lap has ended, we are now in second position, and this puts us in prime position, of course, to hunt down SV ahead. But with the BMW still behind me, I of course have to keep the door closed, not give any opportunities, and just create a gap where we can then work from. But sadly, in these races, especially at the front, you often have boring moments, and thus here we go for a hot lap montage.
Time 1:14.24. Lap 1:14.17. Time 1:14.20.
And yeah, as SV was gapping me by a mile and a mile, this BMW was on the attack on the inside here. I didn't want to go that defensive because I was like, maybe we can work together. I can be in your slipstream and we can push a little bit. We still have 14 minutes to go, and yeah, I'm still in third position, so more than happy. So yeah, let's go. But as you will also be able to see here, that once I am able to actually lock in and stop making dumb mistakes, I am actually faster than the BMW ahead. So yeah, it would be a challenge to pass him again and to regain the second position. And as SV is still driving away in the distance, I had kind of given up on the win for this one, but I was still hoping to get P2. So yeah, it was just about staying close to him, staying in his draft, and seeing if I could find a nice opportunity to actually pass him. And luckily the Mustang is not as slow as the mid-engine cars in this game are, on the straights at least. And so if we get a nice run here and we get nicely in his toe, we should be able to place a move down the straight. As he is making the wiggle towards me, like, please don't do it, let me just push for a little bit. And thus I decide like, okay, sure, I'll give you a lap. But as you can see, a lap later I'm still on his tail, and NATO in the BMW behind me is also on my tail. So yeah, from here on out it would be pretty crucial to actually get a move done, as it seems more and more that the BMW ahead is struggling a little bit. Also here he gets a little bit squirmy. I have a much better exit. I have the run on him and I want to go down the inside, but before I can do so, he's very wise. He goes down the inside, goes on the defensive, and he runs a little bit wide here due to having the tight line. But yeah, of course he's in the BMW, so it's still not easy to catch him. And because I was compromised a little bit, I now have the BMW of Mr. NATO on the inside of me. Of course there's not really anything I can do here, but I keep driving my line very nicely. He gets the illegal pass on me as he was on the outside and just drifted wide a little bit. He instantly yields the position back to me, and yeah, we return to fighting. But this of course has given a nice gap to the BMW ahead, so we don't want to fight too much because that will only obviously lose us a bunch of time. Luckily I'm generally pretty good at getting a nice exit, and thus I'm able to keep him behind for a few laps at least. And here we go for a quick montage again, as I was now also slowly finding some very nice pace, catching the BMW ahead. And yeah, I had just given up on SV ahead as he was just too quick. But as you can see, in a few laps we caught back up with the BMW ahead. But I also only have a very small gap to the car behind, so if I want to make a move I have to get it done, and I have to get it done cleanly, and from there just drive away. And you can see the BMW is struggling more and more. He went way deep on the brakes there. He doesn't have an amazing exit. It gives me the run. He goes down the inside again. Very wise move of him. I brake very deep here. On the outside, NATO of course behind me having a sniff. And as I'm a little bit compromised here on the left-hander, and oh, I have to lift quite a bit in order to catch the car. NATO is on the inside again, and we basically have a repeat of the last situation. But this time he very cleanly gets the move done, and I am now in third position. Or so I thought. Because look at that, SV in the lead has just spun out in front of us, and I'm like, what did he do? But apparently he was just pushing so much that yeah, he just lost the car on exit and he spun out. So now we are behind 2 BMWs, but there is a very nice and real possibility to get a nice win here. So yeah, let's lock in and see what we can get. I'm within 0.2 of a second here, so I will get a very nice pull. As you can see also in the delta, you can see it gaining, but it doesn't give me enough speed to actually place it down the inside. And we essentially stay line astern heading into T1. But you can also see the BMW of Mr. NATO is also struggling a lot on the braking, actually slowing the beast down. But he's able to quickly regain his composure and carry on driving. And as all the fighting is compromising us quite a lot, Mr. Cruzado in the Corvette behind us is also joining the fight now. And I'm having a sniff here on the outside of Mr. NATO, but as long as he keeps the door closed, there's no real way for me to get past. I also have a little sniff here, just letting him know that, you know, if you make a mistake, I will pass you. And here we go, I really did not see this coming. Boom, he gets a drive-through. Instantly you can see him pulling over to the right hand side, so I was like, okay, are you going to let me pass? He also has a little bit less speed, so maybe he lifted. And here you can see he lifts like a gentleman, which now allows me to focus on the BMW ahead. So yeah, big shout out to Mr. NATO, very sportsmanlike of him. You know, you can have a bad race yourself, you can be unlucky, but just don't fuck it up for others and you will be generally making more friends than enemies along the way. And as we have 5 minutes on the clock and 4 laps still to go, there's still more than enough time to catch the BMW ahead. And as I have both a bit more pace than him and he seems to be struggling a lot, as you can see here also under the braking, it seemed to me like it would be more a matter of time in order to pass him. And again, coming out of T1 and 2, I have a better run than him. He forces me down the outside again. No problem, we brake very deep, still alongside him. I try to go for the cutback here, but yeah, you can see the BMW is just parked. And at this point I'm basically just trying to drive alternative lines to him, just do whatever he doesn't do. So the second he makes a mistake I can pass him. But so far he's keeping it very clean, no real mistakes. He does go off track there, but you know, he gets the traction down. But it is also becoming obvious that he is feeling my pressure quite a bit. And as we are coming into the last corner here, extremely important corner, brake on the 100 meter braking mark. And he just goes super wide, goes onto the marbles, goes even wider, which allows me to just pass him down the inside. He will now have a nice run on the straight, and as he has the BMW, he will be quicker and he will be alongside me at the end of it. I instantly go defensive, so I stay on the inside. The second he chooses to go around the outside, I will go a little bit more to the outside in order to force him wide. And as you can see, even while my entry is a little bit compromised, I just park it nicely on the corner, get the traction down, and yeah, there's just nothing he can do from here on out really. And from here on out, it's basically all about just driving my own pace and not making any mistakes. He will try to go make a move here, but yeah, I can just keep it in the middle of the road and there's no real way for him to get past. He's also getting a little bit squirrely on the exits. So yeah, it's just all down to me. If I don't make any mistakes, I have it in the bag. And also here you can see I'm just trying to keep it clean, keep it within the lines and to not get any off tracks. I will get some evaluations here and there, but no major points, as the BMW has to lift, most likely because of his penalty points, which now gives me a nice gap. I wave goodbye to him and it is now time to just lock in and bring it home. And I don't know if this is a personal thing or other people experience this too, but the second I start actually thinking about winning is the second I start making dumb mistakes. And so the best thing to do at this point would be to actually shut down my brain, not think at all and just do what I'm good at, which is driving. But as you can see, I'm absolutely not able to do so and I'm now on 2.5 warning points. Obviously the last thing I want to get is a drive-through. We should be in the last lap here and I have a 1.4 second gap behind me, so even if I lift a little bit and just take it very cautiously and safely, as you can see, I should be more than good. And yeah, I do realize that this was a bit of a lucky win with SV spinning out, but you know what they say, right? To finish first, you first have to... That's right. So yeah, this is what I always make use of. I just try to be consistent. I try to be smart at the start. And by just using my experience as a sim racer from over the years, I am somehow just very often able to just drive through all of the carnage in front of me. And as you can see, the car is also fully clean, there's zero damage. And honestly guys, I really don't know how I do it every time in the starts, every time I gain positions, and I am almost never involved with any carnage. So if you guys would like me to actually analyze my own starts and see what we could learn from it, see what I can teach you guys, please let me know in the comments and I will be sure to do so. And as we go across the line in first place, NATO behind me just doesn't want to do another lap as he is already a lap down, so he was just lifting. And as we take a quick look at the results, we gained a nice bit of driver rating. And while I was a bit lucky in this race, I still consider it a job well done. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, you obviously know what to do. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I have been OSW-Sim-Sports. Goodbye.